Okay, we call to order the Planning Commission meeting of October 11th, 2023. Can we get roll call, please?
Commissioner Isiano,
Present.
Commissioner Fajardo,
Present.
Commissioner Lopez, Vice Chairperson Franz,
Present.
Chairperson Rodriguez Ceja,
Present.
and Commissioner Lopez is absent.
Okay, please join Commissioner Isiano with the pledge.
Please join me in our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we're making time for comments, public comments not on the agenda.
There are none.
Thank you. And we are moving on to our minutes. Planning Commission meeting minutes from September 27th. Anything to add? I actually, Kevin was hoping that we could add the questions that we discussed at the last meeting to the minutes, just so that we have a clear outline. What are the questions that we'll be answering through our study?
So in order to amend the meeting minutes, you would have to get the majority of your commissioners to agree. So in the motion, you could possibly seek a motion to approve the meeting minutes, amend with the amendment to add the questions just for the gas station study discussed at the previous meeting. And if you get a positive vote on that, then the commission secretary will amend the meeting minutes accordingly.
Great. So would anybody like to support and make that motion?
I'll make the motion to approve with the amendment.
I'll second that.
Zero.
Oh, yes. Can we get roll call, please?
Commissioner Isiano,
Yes.
Commissioner Fajardo,
Yes.
Vice Chairperson Franz,
Yes.
Chairperson Rodriguez Ceja.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. We'll move over to our public hearing item 5.1, and there's a request for a date, time, certain continuance to October 25th, 2023. Do we have a? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Briefly, as the commission is aware, this project initially came to the Planning Commission on July 26, 2023. At that time, the commission, on consensus motion, asked the applicant to address the conditions of approval that staff had recommended that be addressed prior to City Council consideration. They have been working on that. They thought they would be ready for this meeting. However, they decided to go back and make some refinements. So they did ask for the commission to request and possibly authorize a continuance to October 25th, 2023, at which time they anticipate they will be back in front of you to present the revised plans that address those 26 conditions that were specified. So staff is recommending the request for continuance. It is a date and time certain. If the commission does do date and time certain, that will alleviate the need to do a separate public noticing. But we did do a public noticing for this meeting because there had already been several. So we re-noticed it so that the public was aware. However, from this meeting to the next meeting, if you approve the request this evening, there would be no additional public noticing. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Do we have any questions for staff? Do we open up for public comments?
You certainly can. At this time, it's a request for continuance. However, there is an opportunity before you take any action to accept testimony from any members of the public, if there are any.
Do we have anyone on the queue?
There are none.
Okay, so then I'll entertain a motion.
Okay, I'll make a motion to continue the item to October 25th, 2023 at our regularly scheduled 6 p.m. Planning Commission meeting.
I'll second.
Can we get a roll call, please?
Commissioner Isiano,
Yes.
Commissioner Fajardo,
Yes.
Vice Chairperson Franz,
Yes.
Chairperson Rodriguez Ceja.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Moving on, we have no action items, no study session items. Any comments from the commission? Yes, please.
Just want to remind everybody that in November, the museum has our Day of the Dead altars, and they will be up and available for the public from November 1 to November 12th, and I hope people come out and enjoy them. They're usually very beautiful to look at. Coachella Valley History Museum.
Thank you. Any other comments? All right. Any staff items?
Just a few items, Chair. First, I just wanted to make the commission aware that at the request of the commission, we have notified and received confirmation from the chamber that the commissioners' names have been added to the chamber's list of invitees for grand openings that they conduct. So you should be receiving those in the future. So we did get confirmation from the chamber staff that your names have been added. We did send out to you the conceptual schedule for the next several months from basically from September through January of various meetings, both City Council and Planning Commission, just to keep you in the loop. Obviously, that's fluid. This evening, we had several items that we thought might come forward. The one you just moved to October 25th, and then we had 2 project consultations. They've decided that they're not ready to come yet. So we will continue to update and send this out to you as an information item to keep you in the proverbial loop as to the schedule, but I also want to remind the commission that things are fluid and we do get requests, so that schedule is subject to change. And then the other item is, again, in the vein of keeping the commission up to date, we are now in our 2nd month of implementation of our new permitting software. It's going very well. We've had some, bumps in the road, but minor, and we're implementing that successfully, and we've had some learned things from our clients, so we appreciate their input. But so far, this seems to be working quite well, and it is also, I learned this last week, that the City of Indio has now joined 5 other jurisdictions in the Valley that have the same software, so there's a continuity of software solutions across the majority of the jurisdictions in the Valley, which I think is beneficial to all parties that do work throughout the Valley, not just in our city. With that, I'm happy to answer any questions the commission might have.
Yeah, I think we haven't received the email with the calendar unless.
Did you guys see any?
I was looking
No.
at it.
Yeah, it was sent as a BCC. I will resend it. My apologies.
Do you know
I'm
who
sorry.
it came from?
It was sent to you via me, but it was sent a blind copy, the BCC model. So something must have happened, so I will resend it. My sincere apologies, but we'll update it first because it's already changed. So,
All right, thank you.
Yeah,
so,
thank you.
My apologies. I did not realize that did not get received, so thank you for letting me know. Any questions I can answer for the commission?
Any news with any of the apartment complexes here in downtown where maybe they're getting ready to break ground or anything? Those are the ones I'm really excited about.
Yes, so we had representatives for the 2 small 20-unit and 30-unit in today working with building staff. And so they are moving forward in getting through the building permit process. We are aware that the other project is looking for additional funding options. So obviously with the change in the market forces as it relates to financing, they're continuing to look for the appropriate financial support.
Any idea for when they're aiming for groundbreaking or anything?
Not at this time.
Not this time.
I think hopefully with the 2 smaller projects, getting their building permits issued, hopefully in the near future, will lead to ultimately some sort of groundbreaking, we would hope, but they do not have a timetable at this time. They're still working through that. They still need to get their engineering sign-offs, and then I think at that time I would suspect that they will start formalizing their construction schedule, and hopefully at that time they'll be able to share that with us.
Perfect, thank you.
Actually, that reminds me, do we have a timeline for the safety campus and then for the new City Hall development?
So the public safety campus, if you've driven by, you see it's under substantial construction. I think my understanding is that right now it's scheduled for spring. Like many other parties, not only in Indio but throughout the country, we've had some back ordering of certain equipment that has slowed us down, but my understanding is the current schedule will be in spring of 2024, but obviously as you drive by, you can see that it's every day is getting closer. As it relates to the City Hall and library project. Those projects will likely go out to bid before the end of the year, and hopefully we'll see some work in earnest in beginning in 2024. The library will be temporary closing in order to allow for demolition of that facility and then the construction of the new one. But we are working with the library to provide options to maintain library services to our citizens. So all of those projects are moving forward. That pesky little back ordering situation, particularly with electrical switchgear, has proven to be a conundrum not only for the private sector but for us. But we've gotten through it, and I think I'll be very pleased, as well as the citizens of Indio, to see that new public safety campus, and then in a few more years the new city hall and new library that this commission approved approximately 7-8 months ago.
Thanks for the update. Any other questions?
Yeah, just another update, Kevin, in terms of the, the street widening projects for the overpasses. Any update on that?
So if you happen to tune into our last council meeting, you would have heard a report from our Director of Public Works, Tim Wassel. So the Monroe Street interchange project is not immune to the cost increases that have occurred. That project, as Tim reported, the council meeting was originally scheduled to be an $89 million project. It now is a $117 million project. We did receive an award of monies for that project, roughly about $6.7 million, I believe, from CVAG, the Coachella Valley Association of Governments. And obviously we still have to make up the remaining difference, but that project is moving forward. And then the other project, which is the Jackson Street Interchange project, that is still going through the design process and the environmental documentation. That's probably several more years out, but both are moving forward. And then our Public Works Department is also working to finalize bids and have construction start on a variety of street improvement projects throughout the city. You're going to see a lot of street work throughout the city, crack and seal. You're going to see a lot of enhancement to medians throughout the city. We are letting a lot of contracts out to continue to improve and beautify our city. And then our Public Works Director also reported that the Avenue 44 situation. So we may be able to get what they call advanced funding from Caltrans that would alleviate the need to reconstruct that street, and that would lead to the actual construction of the bridge. As he reported, it's about a $30 million project, and we may be hopefully in the very near future, we will know if we were going to get that award, and that project then could theoretically move forward. And in the future, if there's a weather event, hopefully we won't see another situation like that. So Tim reported that all to the council, our last council meeting. So a lot of positive progress, and I think you're going to see a lot of work throughout the city. Hopefully everyone can be a little bit patient. I know Tim and his team are doing their best to minimize impacts, but improvement does take a little bit of time, and it can cause some minor impacts, but it ultimately results in a better city.
Just a quick question. Were there any issues or concerns with the concert that we just had? That was kind of a different time, a slightly different concert. I only heard pretty good positive things, but I'm curious if there were any issues.
Not that I've been made aware of. I think that it was relatively successful. There were, some street closures and things that are normal around festival season, that there was some, minor adjustment needed. But I think all in all, things went well. If you had the opportunity to come downtown and participate in the dive bar takeover by AC/DC, there were a lot of folks that came to our downtown starting last Thursday and going through the weekend. I came on Saturday, and it was beyond packed. So I think a lot of people had a lot of fun. It was great to see all those people in downtown enjoying downtown. So I think it was a good, positive experience. And I think the dive bar takeover became an unexpected but very welcome surprise in terms of, I think folks had a lot of fun there, and were able to kind of enjoy another aspect of the music festival that perhaps if they didn't go, they got an element of it, if nothing else.
I'd like to talk about the mural. It was such a hit, right? To have people come over taking photos. I hope they make that a thing, with every concert, that they put up some mural that people will come down and take photos in our downtown. But
Right.
I was surprised at how popular that became. So I hope that's something that we'll start doing regularly.
We do understand from our economic development team that mural will be staying, and so will the sign. So I don't know if that means that Club 5 will be a bygone name, and it will now be called High Voltage. I don't know that exactly, but the look that you see there today or you saw during the event, that is not going anywhere. So that's become a permanent fixture in our downtown, if you will. So I suspect that there will be others that will come and take pictures against that mural, which is another, if you, for lack of a better word, selfie opportunity, if you want to call it that, that will bring people to our downtown.
Oh, thank you so much. All right, if there are no more staff items, no commissioner comments, we'll go ahead and adjourn our meeting to the next planning commission meeting on Wednesday, October 25th, 2023. Thank you.